I will. You got a haircut.
Oh, yes. Getting hot.
So what's new?
Oh, same old thing. Busy.
Busy is good.
Yes, today was madness because we have 2 cruise ships came in, the Pro Bowl people.
Yeah.
So busy.
Pick up any football players?
Their family though.
Yeah?
Yeah. Their family. You watch football, Phyllis?
No.
No?
Too busy. Are you gonna go to the Pro Bowl?
No, I just have to work. It's busy too, so someday, this time. I'm glad to bring the Pro Bowl back because we missed it last time, yeah?
Yeah.
And away from
Absolutely. So how are your kids doing?
Oh, pretty good. Thank you. Good. Got some old quick.
Yeah, I know. I got a flat tire 2 nights ago. I hit a pothole. Yep.
Which road
Right here.
I think this one just straight down with the Royal Hawaiian.
Uh-huh.
In the wheel, you turn left to Royal Hawaiian, you come straight to Sheraton. From wheel, you turn left. It's a big hole. They don't touch it.
I know. You think with all the money they take from us in taxes, they could at least throw some gravel in that damn thing.
You know, we right down Main Strip Waikiki, so we look a little bit, nice for tourists,
Well, forget about the potholes. You got all the people sleeping at Ala Moana Park.
Yeah.
I saw one morning I was over there. I had to go yell at a police officer because there were some German kids. They had to be, probably no older than like 21, 22 years old that had camped there.
Yeah.
Probably because they saw all the tents.
Yes.
And the police were giving them a ticket in the morning.
Oh.
Nobody else, just the German tourists.
Oh.
And I was walking my dogs down there early in the morning before the lifeguards get there, and I saw it. I saw them getting the tickets. I walked up and I said, "Oh, because the German, it was a couple, obviously didn't understand that, why they were getting a ticket."
As a tourist.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And meanwhile, everybody else camping out there.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah. I mean, maybe 20-year-olds don't spend a lot of money, but better they support the airlines and come over here and spend a little bit of money than be homeless.
I don't know, Killer, I think, like, last night I drove some few local people, nice people from Hawaii area.
Yeah.
They got to, the same thing we just discussed about, something wrong with the politics, not doing, correctly. Some money that's spent not, not correctly, like for the school system.
Right.
It's just awful. Some school that still need to be fixed and, for the children out there, like Y9 and the West Side, need funding out there for the kids out there.
The worst thing about it is that it's not for a lack of funding. Hawaii spends more money per student than almost anybody in the United States. I think total dollars spent per student last year was $14,783 per student. And the problem is that equates to a $2 billion a year budget for the state of Hawaii for the Department of Education, and over half of that, over $1 billion, is spent on administration. So instead of actually spending that money on teaching, they spend it on, retreats and executive salaries. The executives don't teach the students.
Nope.
They say, well, you have to have executives so that they can organize everything so the students can learn. But I think that executives of any company that was performing as poorly as Hawaii's school system does would be fired. Would probably be making $20,000 a year until they proved that they were doing something right.
I think we really need to monitor those top people. They're doing their job right.
Right.
Really watch. That's it. If they want to be high on top, put a monitor on them. So they get paid. Okay, willing to pay, but are they progress?
Right.
If they get progress, that means the school system gonna have progress, right?
Right.
So that's how it works.
There's nothing wrong with paying for performance. If you make Hawaii the top-ranking school system in the United States, then sure, pay yourself $1 million a year. I'm fine with that. But when we're the second worst school system in the states, second only to Mississippi, then how can you justify the top executives making all that money when what they're doing isn't working?
That's right.
But what do we know? We're just restaurant workers and cab drivers, right?
Right. They won't. They don't really care what we say.
No.
I tell you.
We're not smart enough to understand their grand master plans.
But we have the right for our children.
Yeah. Well, not to mention that it's our tax dollars that they're spending.
It's our tax dollars too. It's correctly. That's right. It doesn't matter how hard the people work. That's the dollars in there. That we put in.
Right.
So the money, they close the door and they don't spend it well, and then when they're gone, and all they need to do is they're gonna raise some more taxes.
Yep. Well, you heard Neil Abercrombie.
Yeah.
He's already talking about the first thing that needs to happen is raise more taxes.
I heard that.
Taxes on alcohol, taxes on soda.
Yeah. I would go straight up to war.
Yeah, either way. Rainy day fund, rate it. Rate all the other funds and spend it now because it's so important to spend money we don't have. That's what's interesting to me. For you and I, we would never say that we're so far in debt that we have to take out another loan and spend it right away so that we can make ourselves rich. But for the government, they think that it's possible to spend your way out of debt. That's like an alcoholic trying to drink his way out of alcoholism.
That's right. They know how to manipulate other people, I think. There's ways that the wealthy ones, different. They have regulation. I don't know. It's kind of awful, ugly. How the regulation and the rules, what they put out. I think that the United States, if they really, really, watch what they're doing with the tax dollar, I think they can save a lot of money instead of going to big debt.
Right.
I believe so.
Well, the problem is they spend it as if it's their money rather than spending it like it's our money.
Right.
They act like they deserve to have it, and they're the best people to spend it. And you know that you never spend somebody else's money as carefully as you spend your own. So
Correctly.
So that explains a lot of their generosity with other people's money.
Yes.
So what school do your kids go to again?
Oh, my oldest daughter Ashley, she go to Punahou, and my son Andrew, he go to Canonical down Nuanu.
Right.
And then my youngest daughter, she's in Miami, right up to Wiley and Diliha, right next to the house.
So your daughter goes to Punahou, huh? That's expensive.
Yes.
So not only do you pay the taxes.
Yeah, now I have to pay for
They pay
paid before, yeah.
Right.
So
how much does it cost a year?
Oh, 17 grand.
So see, only 3,000 more than we spend per student, and then you get the Punahou results.
Yeah.
So why not just spend that $14,000 that we spend per student on the first $14,000 of Punahou, and then the parents could choose to spend an additional $3,000, or.
That's right.
Because you're already paying for her
Yeah.
education once, and then you got to pay for it again.
Yeah.
But you're smart. Let her get a good education and make more money, so she can buy you a nice house to retire in.
Well, I don't look that far for return for the parents. For us, I want to, her to have better life.
Right.
And don't have to, you know what I mean. They just have more better future, and because we in America, if she wants, she can be all she can, and that's the good thing about it, Villa. I know she have the gifted talent, but it's for her to reach and be better in life. I think that if the way I see in America, 20 years from now, if children graduate and don't have a good education, they're gonna have a tough time have jobs.
Yeah.
They're gonna have.
Even with education, it's going to be a tough time to have a job.
They gotta be very, very, very on top when they graduate, and gonna be tough. The way I see 20 years from now, that's right.
Well, it's a good thing she has a smart dad like you to understand the important things.
Yes. And this what we can do to support her and continue.
All right, man.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Hi to your wife for me.
will do. Good chat.